The year was 1989. Anyone born after 1989? I need to hear from you. Imagine a group of women sitting right over there and over there. 20-something, 30-something, perhaps 40-something, coming together at the home of the Renegades, talking about what it was like to be a woman working in our community, talking about work environments that may or may not have been supportive of women and mothers, talking about gaps in opportunities for women, about behaviors that were considered unacceptable only because you were a woman, talking about general societal issues of that time. Imagine these women, exceptional professionals, wanting to transform our community by empowering all women, but particularly those who are young and just getting started in their professional careers, unleashing the power that is a woman, helping women believe in the power of you. Phyllis Hullett of Bakersfield College came up with the idea of a conference for women. She was known to move with conviction, and once she started on a path, no obstacle, however large, however daunting, could deter her from reaching her destination. But Phyllis was certainly not alone. She recruited co-conspirators, Lynn Hall, Kay Meek, Cindy Pollard, Cheryl Barbich, Cynthia Icardo, Judy Salamanca, and Mary Jo Pasek. These women became the co-leaders, the mothers of the first Women's Business Conference here in Bakersfield. I was kind of checking with Cynthia. Yeah, go ahead, applause you guys. You know how she said was. The title, Cynthia, was Options Unlimited, right? But before I conclude, I want to recognize this year's chair of the conference, Norma Rojas Mora, for all her leadership and her hard work. It was Norma's idea to capture the history of this conference and how it was born, and then she recruited Manny and Monica and then got these wonderful women to come and tell the story. Norma has always been a community powerhouse, and she joined the Bakersfield College family last year. It must have been written in the heavenly books that Norma was meant to be at BC during this 30th year anniversary of the conference, chairing the conference that was started in the fireside room of Bakersfield College in 1989. Now for the unveiling of the video. To honor this 30-year anniversary and the founding mothers, we have a short video, 3 minutes and 33 seconds. Thank you, Manny. Let's quiet our minds, breathe in and out, and immerse ourselves in our history as told by some of the 7 visionary women leaders from our community who first made it happen.
I became involved when I worked at Bakersfield College with Phyllis Hullett, whose idea it was to actually start a women's business conference. And I was one of the original group of ladies that met in the fireside room and began to talk about why and the possibilities.
We saw a need that women needed to connect with women out in the workforce, and that so many times they didn't have any idea what the real work world involved.
The phone rang one day at my office, and it was none other than Phyllis Hullett, who was, I believe, a dean at Bakersfield College, if I'm not mistaken.
There had just been a event, the Year of the Woman, and she and many others saw the need for some type of an all-day conference for women.
We sold out the first year of 500 people. In fact, the fire department threatened to close us down because we had a few more than 500.
The first conference, and I think I actually came up with the name, was called Options Unlimited. And that's what it is. It just gives young women who think maybe they don't have the opportunity, it shows them that they do have the opportunity for, number one, education, number two, starting their own businesses.
Memory serves that I was the chair the year that the first year of the Rose program. Bobby George was able to develop an incredible program.
Whether you work or don't work, there's something in this conference for each and every one of us, and I think we always need to challenge ourselves and we need to continue to learn.
I was trying to do the math on the way over here, and I thought 25? No, I think it's already past that. And I don't know that we gave much thought to how far into the future this would go. And to know that it is now approaching 30 years is just incredible.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's hard to believe because that means that, holy tamale, I'm old. We've been around the block.
Well, it's pretty overwhelming how quickly time goes, and I'm so thrilled that 30 years later that the program is still going.
I think the most important thing is I appreciate so much that it has continued for 30 years because that's a tribute to the women that have continued to step up.
To say thank you for 30 great years and for all of the wonderful people that I've learned, that I got to know.
Oh wow, let me get through this without any tears. So proud. I mean, we had an idea and we thought it was a good idea, but I don't think, as I said before, any of us realized how successful it was going to be. To look back on 30 years and see how strong it is and how much it's grown and how incredibly successful it is, it's like a mama being proud of her kids.
I'm here to introduce our amazing keynote speaker. And one day she discovered she was fierce and strong and full of fire. And that was not even that she could hold herself back, because her passion burned brighter than her fears. Quote attributed to Mark Anthony, posted by the Shando. Are you following her on Instagram? The Shando on March 8, 2018. I'm here to introduce to you a woman who has grown up in the public eye, and that's no easy task. A woman who is engaged with life fully, exuberantly, fearlessly, passionately, and yet with a quintessential sense of openness and vulnerability. In 1991, young America fell in love with Brenda Walsh. The young woman who moved with her family from Minnesota to Beverly Hills, where she tries to fit into the lifestyle of the rich and famous. In 1998, America was charmed by Prue Halliwell, a powerful and responsible witch who protected the innocent and defeated the forces of evil. In the most recent chapter of her life, Shannen Doherty teaches us about overcoming severe adversity. Falling down is an inevitable part of life, but getting up and engaging with life with a ferociousness when it appears that you don't have a drop of life remaining in you. Now that is the story of our keynote keynote speaker. October 12, 2017, the Shannen posts, "Cancer is with you forever, and you can still grasp life and live, live, live. Hashtag Cancer Slayer." From becoming a child actress and financially supporting her family, to building a booming television career, to receiving a devastating cancer diagnosis and later slaying the disease and entering remission, Shannen Doherty is living proof that she is not defined by her lowest moments, but by the absolute drive to lift up, take off, and soar high. America fell in love with Brenda and Prue decades ago. But I find myself in awe of the woman Shannen Doherty is today. Survivor, animal rights activist, you gotta see the cute puppies that she keeps bringing home. Inspirational and fearless. And one day she discovered that she was fierce and strong and full of fire. And that not even she could hold herself back because her passion burned brighter than her fears. Bakersfield, I give you the indomitable Shannen Doherty.